Whether you're selling a car, whether you're selling a chair, that's the general methodology. Lots of companies would say, we only do sales training, this is our methodology. Within that methodology, you're going to find those four aspects of sales. It doesn't matter what the methodology is, this is it. Anything else?
What happens when you get the needs analysis wrong? Sometimes you try to push product and you get it wrong.
Yes, when you get the needs analysis wrong, it's because you put in yourself ahead of the customer. It's because in the forefront of your head and your mind is commission, rent, petrol,
Cost.
cell phone, data. I have to take the girlfriend out to go. You know what I mean? She's got to go and do her nails. Yo, that's another $300. And then what you sit and calculate, and you make these calculations in your head, and you forget about
The
who
customer.
the customer really is. Most important is the customer. When you engage with your customer, what is most important is that you take a step back and you leave all of those things out of the conversation. And when you get into the conversation, it is only you and Mr. Customer. And the two of us engage because you are now the most important person for them. Make sense? So make sure that you clear your head space before you engage. Make sure that you get rid of all of those stuff over here before you engage. So when you go in, it is just you and Mr. Customer. You are totally present. You have to be 100% present in the conversation.
I asked this because with something else that I was taught in sales was that those are customers that are not need what you are offering. Get them to, you know, and show you that you actually need this. Whereas you don't actually need it, but
Manipulation.
That depends on you. You see this ethics as we go along. Alright?
It's
And
manipulation.
ethics, and I'm sure that somewhere along the line
Yeah.
over here you have other ethics.
Manipulation.
So, where I come from, in my environment, I would say that if you don't need it, I'm not going to sell it. Because then my motive is to make money out of it. And I will sell what I do because I know the value of the work that I bring. Alright? So if you ask me, why do they have to choose me? Then I'm going to tell you it's because I bring things different. So the training material or the training course could be very similar like another 100 training organizations out there. But I do it differently. Okay? So ethics is something that is extremely important for a salesperson. And ethics is something that you have to decide. You have to choose in terms of, am I just going to do it because I need the money? Or am I going to say, I get it, you don't need it, and I'm going to go to my next. Most of us tend to think as salespeople that we're not sitting with this customer. We don't tend to think that there's another customer next door. So my own sales philosophy is, as soon as I get the no's out of the way, I get to the yes. Get rid of the no's and you get to the yes. Okay? Don't think that the person in front of you is the yes, because sometimes you have to go through many. Also, eventually, you as a salesperson would know what is your closing ratio. You would be able to work those things out. How many how many people do I need to talk to be able to get so many leads, to be able to do so many quotes, to be able to close that amount of business? You're going to get to know that, depending on what it is that you sell. Okay? It's not pie in the sky, it's very easy. It doesn't matter what it is that you sell, but it's very easy to be able to work that out. But you would know that as you go along the process. Okay? Anything else?
Do you find yourself sometimes, or have you ever found yourself too expensive for a certain kind of market? In dan weet je van.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yes.
got that point?
Yes. Look, you have to get to a place where you say that this is the value, this is the worth of my product or my service. You have to identify your market. You need to be able to do your market research to find out where you should actually be able to price. But in terms of what you're saying is not really sales, but rather cost to sales. That's a different ballgame. Okay?
Okay, I'll ask you.
And cost to sales is something else.
That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out for myself, like what
Yes.
work do I put on the work I do?
Okay.
How do I price my work?
Yes. So for example, if it is a product that isn't, if it is a service that you're selling, you would obviously look at what is the general sort of price range in terms of the same service, because your service is not exclusive. Okay. And then you're going to have to look at what all do you put into that, and what effort and time goes into that makes up that particular service. What time and effort goes into it, okay? And then you're going to look at what is the, so say for example, it's going to be food. Let's take food for example, okay? Let's take samosas, okay? How much time, because now it's the flour, it's the oil, it is making the dough, it is rolling it out, it is folding it, it is making the mince, then you need onions, you need spices, you need X, Y, and Z. What does all of that cost? Okay? What does it cost in terms of rands in value? Then in terms of my time, how much time, when I uses 1 kg flour and a 1 kg mince and all of that, how much do I get out of it? Okay? Then I can now, how much do I get out of it? How much time do I spend? What is the labor in all of that? That gives you an idea in terms of, okay, so when I look at it, I get out 6 dozen of samosas. I can actually sell it then, everybody else is selling theirs at 4 rand, so if I go in at 350, I actually still make 1.50. Do you hear me? So you've got to determine that, but that's a whole other exercise on its own. It's not something that really fits into this here, but it is a worthwhile exercise for everybody to do that actually does sell a product. You must do your costing. If you don't do your costing right, you could either end up overselling, overpricing, or you could under. And then what most of us tend to do because of our situation and circumstances, we either don't want to budge because we need to make the money and then we lose the business, or we undersell ourselves. And it is finding the balance between those two. Okay?
Bobby, tell me, how do you